Sorry the angle is not the best, but I am still in recovery. I am 3 days post-op now. But yeah, I said I was going to do a Q&A and everyone keeps asking me questions and I really want to get them answered as soon as I can. And today I'm feeling a lot better. So I thought I'd answer them whilst I'm still feeling okay. I'm still achy, so that's why I'm filming this in bed. And I'm warm, that's why I've literally just got my support bra on. So yeah, I've got the questions on the notes on my phone. I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me some questions, so I'm just gonna go through them all. But yeah, if I do feel like a lot of pain in the middle of this, then I will just take a break. If you want to know everything about a boob job, then stay tuned to this video. I'm just gonna readjust my pillows. So first question is, what did you like about your boobs / why did you get it? So I have wanted a boob job since I was about 13, 14. So, and I know some people are saying, well, you're not fully developed when you're 13 and things like that. When I say I wanted a boob since I was 13, I've wanted boobs since I was 13, like every 13-year-old does. I waited many years for them to come in, and then I was like 16 and they just weren't coming in, turned 17 and they just weren't growing. So I've wanted boobs since I was 13. As it went along, I sort of was like, well, if they don't grow in, I want a boob job. Never ever thought I'd be in a position to get one, and now that I am, and I'm very, very grateful that I was able to fix my insecurity. Before I fully get into this video, I just want to say that you don't have to have plastic surgery ever in your life. I'm not trying to sell it to you, I'm not trying to encourage it, I'm simply answering questions about my experience because a lot of people have asked them. I'm not advertising plastic surgery. It's something that I wanted, and I feel like it's your body, your choice. If you want to fix something that you have always been insecure about and you are in the position to do so, I don't see a problem with it. The reason why I got it done was because I was insecure, very much so, about my boobs. If you watch my vlog, which I'll put in the cards above if you've not watched already, you will see my reaction when I got them. I was bawling my eyes out, I was so happy. I'm very happy. As I've said, I've wanted it for so many years, and now I just feel so confident. This is honestly one of the best decisions I've ever made. I'm not even fully healed yet at all. I'm 3 days post-op, but yeah, I just wanted to clear that up, that this is not me saying that you need to get them, and I'm not trying to influence anyone to get them. This is just my experience, and I'm speaking to you about it. Okay, some people want before and after pictures. Now, because I am only 3 days post-op, I will show you some photos now of me before with the top on, and then I will show you some photos of them now. However, they are very swollen right now, which you'll see in the photos, and they will not be this like high up and prominent. Like, they will drop and they will go down because you lose some of the size because a lot of it is swelling at the moment. So yeah, but that is some before and after 3 days post-op, so it will look a lot different. I am going to do a 6-month post-op video and a year post-op video, so stay tuned for them in 6 months and a year. What's the process involved? So I don't really know the gap between my first consultation and my surgery. I can find out, I will find out, 2 seconds. Okay, I found it. So my first consultation was the 8th of February, and obviously my operation was 3 days ago, so it was the 5th of April. 2 months difference. So I had my first consultation. So in your first consultation, you basically tell him that you're looking for a boob job, and my consultant was amazing. Obviously he was my surgeon. I will go into my surgeon in a bit, in a later question. I sat down with him, told him all my concerns, everything I wanted in my boob job. I told him what I wanted them to look like. He showed me some photos of his previous ones, and then he asked me what I do like and what I don't like, and he wrote it all down, and then he booked my second consultation. So he told me to go away, and it sounds really weird, but it really did work. And he said, I'll go into the size that I want in a minute, but he told me to go away and put certain amounts of milliliters of rice into a pair of socks and then put it in my bra and see which one I liked the most. So that's what I did. Then I came back and he let me try on some, in my second consultation, is where you basically design your boobs, basically. It's like boob shopping, it's sick, it's really fun. So he asked me what I wanted. So this is where I'll go into size. I'll put this into one whole question. So, hello? Chris? Sorry, Chris had just got back, so I went to go see him because he was out building a gate for the dog. But anyway, so size, I'll put this all into one question, like the process and size. So in my second consultation, you basically design your boobs, like I said, and I told the dame that I wanted to be about a D, like a smallish D, but you basically you go off CCs, you don't say like I want a D and he puts a D in you. So that sounded really wrong. I settled on 250cc because I was already a B cup, and I already had quite a bit of breast tissue, he said, so I didn't need too big of an implant to make up to a D. So in the end, in the actual operation, I ended up getting, because my boobs were uneven, my left boob was a lot bigger. That's another thing I was really insecure about, my boobs were uneven. So I ended up getting 255 in my left boob and 285 in my right boob to make up to be identical. And right now, they are so identical, it's unreal. So that's what I got size-wise. You basically choose what shape you want. So I wanted a lot of volume in my cleavage, because I didn't really have any. So I wanted cleavage. That was one of the things I really wanted. So I got the round shape. A lot of people get teardrop if excuse me, if they've already got quite a bit of volume, but I had no volume up here. So I got the round shape, and I got it, you get to choose your profile, so I'll put on the screen like what they are, but I'm pretty sure I got moderate profile, which is not the really sticky out one, it's not the really flat ones, it's the middle ones. And I got it over the muscle, not under. So you can either choose to get it over or under. They should usually suggest which one's better for you. Under the muscle, the longer recovery process and a lot more painful. And I had enough muscle to make it up, so I could get it over, which I was really happy about because apparently it's really painful when you get it under the muscle. So I got it over. So I started off as a 32B/C, and now I'm going to be about a 32D round there. Back to the process. So yeah, your second consultation, I literally had 2 consultations and then it was my surgery. Second consultation, I designed it all, everything, and then when I got to the hospital, if you want to see the process at the hospital, it's easier just to watch my vlog, which again I will put in the cards above. But yeah, I went into hospital, I had like stockings on, they did all my tests and everything, my surgeon came to see me, we went through everything, made sure everything was clear, got put under anaesthesia. I did not like the cannula, it's still a bit bruised on my vein now, and that hurt. Not to put it in, but like afterwards it hurt. They did an overnight stay. Chris was allowed to come visit me, so he did, and then I went home about 11 AM the next day. I was allergic to cocodamol, so I can't take cocodamol, so I am in a bit of pain, but not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Where did I get it done and by who? So I went to a private hospital locally to me, called the Spire, and I had Brendan Wooler do my boobies. Chris is fitting the gate, sorry if you can hear stuff. It's a doggy gate which got new carpet. So Brendan Wooler did my boobies. He's insane. He's so good, so understanding, really comforting, listen to all of my thoughts and concerns and everything. So yeah, I got done at the Spire. There's a lot of Spire hospitals around the UK, but I went to the one near me, and the surgeon was called Brendan Wooler. So yeah, that's who did mine. Pain scale. Now, I'm only 3 days post-op, so it could get worse. It isn't as bad as I thought. I'm more uncomfortable than in pain. Today, I'm getting quite a lot of shooting pains, but that's quite normal. My left boob's hurting a lot more than my right, but I don't really know why that is. I think it's because it's close to your heart. Don't quote me on that. But I'm getting a lot more pain in my left boob, and my ribs are starting to hurt a lot. Pain, I don't know what scale to put it on, because I'm a lot more uncomfortable than in pain, if you know what I mean. Like, the pain it is painful, but it comes in waves. I don't really know. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It isn't, but the place that hurts the most is my incisions. But that's because I've literally, they're just sore, obviously. Like right now, I just have bandages on them, as you can see. The pain, I couldn't really put it on a scale, because it varies. It's in waves, and I'm only 3 days post-op, so yeah. Cost. Now, it completely varies where you go, and what you ask for, and I'm pretty sure it varies on what you ask for, I'm pretty sure. But mine cost me, I think it was £6,147. Now that is a lot of money. You can pay finance. I got denied for finance because I'm 19. Don't even, I was fuming. I said this in my vlog, like, just because of my age they denied me, but I was in a very fortunate position that I could pay for it up front, and I know not everyone is in that position, so I'm very, very grateful that I was, and I would not be in that position if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you very much for supporting me in everything that I do and making this my dream job, and making this possible. Yeah, that's how much mine was. They usually range around the 5,000 to 7,000 mark usually, but yeah, that's how much mine cost. Someone asked, how did I decide what size I wanted? So your surgeon, at least he should, they measure you up basically to, in my first consultation, I whipped myself off. He measured everywhere for me, and they do it to proportionate to your body. So mine have been placed, and the size and everything is all proportionate to my body, and they will recommend you a size maximum you could really go to without it looking a bit silly. Obviously it's completely up to you, you can get whatever size that you want, but they will recommend a size that is proportionate to your body. So I'd recommend listening to your surgeon because they're the professionals, of course. But yeah, so they measure you up, and it's all to do with like your rib cage, and it's just all proportionate to you basically. Who did you tell? So I told, the first person I told I wanted it done was Chris. I mean, my mum and my sister have always known I wanted boobs, but they'd never thought I'd actually go through with it because I'm a very anxious person, so they didn't think I'd go through with it. Then I told my mum after I'd been to my first consultation. Then I told my friend, like a few of my friends, and I told Chris's family. So I told my family, Chris's family, Chris, and a handful of my friends, but I didn't really tell many people. I didn't tell that many people that I was getting it done until I actually announced it on social media. Because I feel like if I'd have put it on social media before I got it done, I'd have scared myself out of it, because a lot of people would have sent me messages and I'd have scared myself out of it. So I just kept it very, very in a tight-knit group, and then I announced it once I got it done, which I feel like is the best way that I personally could have done it. Were you put to sleep? Yes, I was put under general anaesthetic, whatever it's called, through a cannula in my arm. The anaesthesiologist was so funny. So I was about to get put under, and he was like, do you know Michael Jackson? And I said, yeah, of course I do. And he said, oh, I'm just about to give you some of his favourite juice. I didn't get it at all at the time when he gave me it. I came out and I googled it, and I had no idea that Michael Jackson used to use it, and I was like, a bit controversial. Anaesthesiologist was a bit of a dodgy one. But yeah, I got put under general anaesthetic. How did Chris react? Was he supportive? Why didn't we ask him? Okay, so Chris is busy, so I've come downstairs with my phone. How did you react to the boob job? How do you feel about the boob job?
Well, it's whatever makes you happy. I mean, I'm fine with it, you know, I'm
just buzzing. His girlfriend's got no boobs, do you know what I mean? Am I wrong?
You're wrong.
No, seriously, how do you feel about the boob job?
Fine, don't bother me. It's whatever makes you happy.
Supportive?
Yeah. Whatever makes you happy, you know.
Boyfriend of the year. How long was I in hospital for? So I was in hospital for one night. I went in at 4 o'clock and I spoke to the nurse. She went through everything with me. I spoke to my surgeon, I spoke to the anaesthesiologist, and then the person operating one of the theatre people walked me down. So I saw 4 people before I went in. I went in at 4 o'clock and I went down to surgery at about 5:30, I would say. It was about 6 o'clock actually, just because the anaesthesiologist was a bit busy, so he couldn't come see me straight away. And then I was out of surgery at about 8 o'clock. So my surgery was about 2 hours long, I think it was. Did you get anxious? Right, the thing is, I was so nervous before I went into hospital. Then I got into hospital and I was so calm. Like I don't even think it clicked in my brain that I was about to go into surgery. Like, it just did not click in my brain in the slightest. And then the theatre guy came to come take me down to theatre, and it just hit me. But because I was literally about to go into theatre, there's nothing I could do about it. I just held my tears back. Once I was in there, I got put to sleep, woke up. It was literally like I shut my eyes, opened, and I was done. So honestly, I wasn't that anxious. I didn't have a panic attack once, which I was very surprised about. I was really nervous, and I had like butterflies in my tummy all day until I went into the actual hospital. But then I didn't I wasn't really anxious until I was walking down to theatre. And then but then he calmed me so much. The guy that was walking down to the theatre was lovely and he calmed me down. Like, he could tell I was a bit anxious and he was just asking me about what I do for a job and things like that. Like, he was just asking me about my life. It really calmed me down. But yeah, I wasn't too anxious. I really thought I was going to be, but I just sort of thought, like, no matter how anxious I am, it's not going to affect the outcome, so just bite the bullet and do it. That is what I thought, and it worked for me. So I'm not saying it would work for everyone, but that did work for me personally. Were you allowed visitors? Yes, I said earlier, Chris was allowed to come visit me. He wasn't allowed to come in with me when I first got there, but as soon as I got out of surgery, Chris arrived 10 minutes later because I had to text him and say, I'm out, you can come see me. And I was completely out of it. I will insert a video now of me when I first came out of surgery.
I posted it on my Instagram story. Stop filming it for me.
Your mum wanted to see you.
Okay. I got boobies.
You put it on your Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah, very embarrassing, very embarrassing. I'm gonna move on now. How long is the healing process? So my surgeon says I have to wear this bra for 10 to 13 weeks, depending on how my body's like reacting to it in a way. I'm not allowed to do any strenuous activities for 6 to 8 weeks. That's pretty much it. Can't really do anything for a while. I've pretty much got to stay in bed for like a week. I'm finding it really difficult though. It's really annoying me because I don't like sitting still, but that's pretty much what I've got to do. And I've got to wear this bra for, like I said, 10 to 13 weeks I think it was. Sometimes it's less than that. It just depends, like, just depends. What's the worst part and the best part? Of course the best part is getting new boobs and fixing my insecurity. Honestly, I feel so confident already and I've literally not even been able to show them off or anything. I've literally had them done for 3 days and I already feel so confident. Worst part is the uncomfortableness and going to bed. Like, it really, like, once I'm asleep, I'm not waking up in the night, which I'm surprised about, but once I'm asleep it's absolutely fine, but it's getting in a comfortable position to fall asleep because I'm not used to having something on my chest at all. And obviously they're painful on the side. The place that hurts the most is the sides. They're really swollen on the sides. But it's getting comfy in bed, and that is probably the worst part, like the uncomfortableness and going to sleep. That's probably the worst part. How did my family react? My mum was really worried about me, like, doing it. She was like, are you sure you want this? Like, are you 100%? I was like, yes, I'm 100%. I've shown her since. I've shown her them and she's really likes them. She's really happy that I did it. My brothers, of course, were just like, why are you doing this? But I do stupid stuff all the time and they just thought it was another stupid thing I was doing. But again, they were really supportive. Everyone was really supportive. My mum was just really worried, of course, that I would either like regret it, and mum does not like the thought of getting put to sleep, so she was really anxious about that. But once I was out, she was like, everyone's been really supportive. Chris's family have been really supportive. Chris has been really supportive. Yeah, everyone's just been really supportive. Scarring. What is the deal with the scarring? So I'll show you. So that's the bandages, but the incision's only about that big. It's not very big, because I searched a video on how they do it before I went in. Basically, the video that I watched is they put it in sort of this bag and like squeeze it into you, so your incision's only like this small. It's not very big. Apparently the scarring isn't that bad. Again, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do a 6-month post-op video as well. I've bought some bio oil to put on the scarring. Some of my friends that have had a boob job before have said that their scarring's really not that bad. It's really small. So yeah, the scarring isn't huge and it's under your boob, so it's hidden. How are you feeling now? I said this at the start of the video. I'm feeling okay. Like, I'm not in that much pain as I thought I was going to be. It does hurt to breathe a bit. My rib cage is hurting at the moment. I've got stabbing pains in my left boob, but the pain isn't really that bad. I can feel my left boob softening quicker than my right, which is normal. Like, each boob will drop and soften differently at different times, but eventually they will be all the same. So yeah, I'm feeling okay. If you watched my vlog, you'll know that I was allergic to cocodamol, like I said, and I was throwing it all up, which I can't take cocodamol, which is really annoying, because when I am in them little spurts of really bad pain, I can only take paracetamol and ibuprofen, but that's okay. A lot worse things could be happening, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling in good spirits today. I feel like I'm probably overworking myself a bit and I'm going to regret it later, but oh well. And the last question is, how long do they last? So you have to get them changed every 10 years. So, but my surgeon said that it varies to every person. Like, he had a patient come to him, he didn't do her boobs when she first got them done, but yeah, someone come to him and she'd had her implants in for 20 years. So it just depends how your body reacts. They do say 10 years, so yeah, that's one thing I'm not looking forward to, having to change them, but it's 10 years, I'm sure it'll be okay. I can't think of any other questions. I think I've answered everything, but I will see you in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna have a nap now because I do feel a bit crap now. Done it to myself, it's self-inflicted, but yeah, thank you for watching and I shall see you next time.